Yo, what up YouTube? It's Bryce, got the Freezer mat you already know, and I'm going to be doing a deck profile on the Constellar deck that I ran at my regionals last weekend. So here we go. One Honest, card is broken, and it won me several games. It's really busted, the deck. I don't need to explain it, I guess. One Thunder King, still really good, and it's a light, works with Honest, OP. One Bear, search out your tanky, really good, thankful for the reprint. One main deck Veiler, this is a last minute decision that I really liked. Just good to have there in the main. If you happen to open it, you can just Veiler there or whatever. One main deck Max C, didn't really do anything for me, granted I didn't play any dragons, so yeah. But I'll probably keep it. One Constellar Sheraton, this is complete player preference on this card, but I think this card's good if you need to search out a Sombre late game or potentially a combo piece early game, and you can protect it then. And then onto the main Constellars, nothing interesting here. 3 Pollux, 3 Algid, 3 cost, best card, and then 3 Sombre. Also a very good card. But the deck, Sombre makes the deck win, cost makes the deck function. And that's all the monsters. And then on to spells, we run the one book, because I basically max out traps in this deck, and book is just another trap card. Dark Hole, destroy everything, combat card. Rhoda, search Pollux, only target, but yeah. One duality, player preference in this deck I guess, but I like it. You can, ideally, yes, your first turn play is going to be something with cost, summon Pleiades or whatever, Pleiades, I don't know why I forgot the name suddenly, it's Pleiades, and then, yeah, if you already have Pleiades on board, you can duality freely and get some more back row or something, or if you don't have your combo pieces, you can duality and do it next turn. 2 MST main deck, there's just main deck threats you gotta be hitting, and I've always been a fan of 2 in the main deck. 2 tanky, search out your cost or bear. It's just nice to be able to search bear, and cost is the best card in the deck, like I said. So you basically run 5. 2 lance, just very versatile, offensive and defensively. If you need a play to go off, you can just use it on whatever they try to use on you. Well, you know what I mean. And then traps, we got the one bottomless, compulse, torrential, and warning. Yeah, I think some people are cutting torrential from like random decks, but I think it's still just too good, even if it's like a 1-for-1 on a wolf bark or something. 2 mirror force, enough said. 2 Fiendish Chain, negate effects and or attacks. 2 Deep Prison, another card not everybody plays, but like I said, I max out on traps pretty much. Could run 1 more Fiendish Chain, that's about it. And then 2 main deck Vanity's Emptiness. This is a last minute decision that I do not regret at all. It put in a ton of work. And then on to the extra deck. Or I guess we'll do the extra deck and then the side deck. Start us off, we got one guy who got Cowboy, breaks game mechanics, and won me a game. Round 7, Abyss Dweller shuts down decks. I didn't abuse it enough, but it's really good and necessary. Maestro, I don't think I made it, but if you need to get over something, you can book it down or just stall. It's good. Paladynamo won me a game as well. Pretty good. This guy beats over everything. I believe I won like a game, or at least made a push with it. Really good. Omega, this is my favorite Constellar, even though it's arguably not as good as Pleiades. Omega, I just like, and I always go into the Ultra one just because I like looking at it, opposed to the Ultimate. But yeah, he stops all spells and traps, you already know. Gemknight Pearl, not everybody runs this, but there was a situation where I needed it, and I made it, and I was glad I had it, so that's good. And you'll notice I don't run Black Ship of Corn. That is purely because I don't have one. What I would cut, I don't know, probably the Pearl, because no one runs it. But I think Pearl's too good, so I might cut this card instead, Shark Fortress. Although there was one time in the event I wanted to go into a Black Ship of Corn, and I I ended up making Dweller instead because I didn't have Black Ship of Corn. And Dweller, I think, was the better play anyway, so it just worked out. And there was also a time that I OTK'd with Shark Fortress, so yeah, I like the extra deck lineup. Then 3 Pleiades. There's only one time I almost ran out, and but still, you gotta have the 3 in case for the grind game. 1 Volcasaurus, really, really broken. It wouldn't be broken if you couldn't just put this guy on top, but you can. So you just pop whatever, and then you put this guy on top, and you're like 26. And then Gaia Charger, or that's Gaia Charger. Constellar M7, pretty good. I mean, he's mainly in there to put on top other stuff and beat over stuff, and or you can, the play I made once was I had an Omega, and then I went into M7, and then I went into Gaia Charger, because you can do that, and that's just like, wow, like, it just breaks the mechanic of how Exceeding is supposed to work, but, yeah, we're out here, so I'm going to do the side deck. We got the 1 Effect Veiler, if I felt like I need it, and usually Saturday, so yeah. 2 Kaiku, pretty good against the format in general. Like, I put it down on spellbooks, because they can't fate me, and that's how they win, basically. What else do I do? And Dragons, obviously, I didn't play any at this regional, but it's there for them too. And then the Mirror Match and Evil Swarm, so it's just a very versatile side card. 1 Night Beam. People are probably like, what? But like, I have a lot of back row hate in this side deck because game 2 and 3, it's like a completely different game than game 1. Like, it's a different kind of Yu-Gi-Oh! Because there's just a bunch of stuff floating around that you're going to want to hit. And this is in there mainly because they can't chain Sphere or Fate to it, so that's really good. But it also just, you can hit a random back row if you're trying to make a big push or whatever. Which, yeah. 1 MST. It's the 3rd one. Same thing as Night Beam. It's MST. 1 System Down, just in case I run into any random machines. I didn't see any, but I'll still probably run it. Like, it's too good. If you happen to see it against them, you probably won. Then a Dust Tornado, just even more back row hate. It's chainable, which Night Beam isn't, so I like having both. Usually side in the Night Beam, Dust Tornado, and MST pretty much every game 2 and 3, so that I love them. I can't imagine playing without them. 1 DNA Surgery. This is both a counter side against like Rivalry, and it's also good against, I guess, spellbooks you call like not Spellcaster, and they can't Fate you or Master you, because like I said, that is how they win, is Fate, basically. Soul Drain, good against, you know, Dragons, Mermail, whatever. I would run more if I could. 2 Shadow Imprisoning, because it permanently stops effects, so I'm a big fan of like continuous cards that are continually good, not just that you flip it once and hopefully win after that type card. So yeah, I mean, for Evil Swarm really, and then I guess also Black Wings, I mean, even Dark World, you never know what you're going to hit, especially at a regional. 2 Gozen Match, mainly for Dragons, but for whatever random else you run into, like GBs or whatever. And then 2 Curse of Darkness for Prophecy. Everyone's like, thinks that this deck has a good matchup against Prophecy already, and it kind of does if you open well, I guess, but it doesn't hurt to have these. And it's also good against like Dark World or any other deck that activates a bunch of spells. I think I considered putting this in on Fire Fist even. I don't think I did though, just because of space. There's better cards to use. But yeah, it pretty much shuts down Prophecy. If you get this off and they don't MST it. I didn't do this the entire event, actually. I didn't get it off. But I didn't need to, I guess. Like, I beat my 2 Prophecies that I didn't get it off on, and the 3rd one I just didn't see it, so shucky darn, I guess. But if you get this off, it's hard for them to get around it, and they don't get that it's on activation of the spell card. They take 1,000. Like, you can't just... If this has resolved, any way they're going to get rid of it that involves a spell card is going to inflict at least 1,000 to them, which is not bad, because they're 1-for-1ing it for 1,000, basically. You're not minusing anything. But if they don't do that, if they like... Basically, my friend had this situation happen where he had a Curse of Darkness, and his opponent did like a big chain of spell cards, chained MST at the end, thought that this would inflict damage, and then lost the game because of it. Like, literally, he was at 39, he used 4 spell cards, the 4th being an MST, and then they had a judge come over and explain to him that, like, no, it's on activation, not resolution, and since this is already face up on the board, he's going to take 4,000, and he's like, well, I'm not going to activate the MST then, and then he said, well, you already did, so then he got that win. I know that has nothing to do with my Constellar deck, but that's just an explanation of why this is a really good side card against Prophecy. If you guys don't have these, pick them up. Like, people don't even know how to play against it. Like, they're probably going to pretty soon. Not that it even matters, like, one Prophecy topped that YCS. But I played 3 of them at my regional, so yeah. That's the deck, guys. I'm going to end it with this Pokemon token and this Kimmy token. So yeah, thanks for watching. If you like the deck, go ahead and thumbs up. Any suggestions, like stuff I'm missing or whatever, like, you can let me know because I'm new to the deck. But yeah, thanks for watching and peace.